Hello, movie lovers. Welcome to Mindset Movie Reviews. Today I'm reviewing 72 Hours from 2026. 72 Hours is a comedy that attempts to blend the chaotic energy of a bachelor party with the existential musings of a midlife crisis. The film stars Kevin Hart as Joe Nixon, a 40-year-old marketing executive who finds himself accidentally included in a group chat with a bunch of 20-somethings planning a bachelor party in Miami. This unexpected invitation becomes Joe's chance to reconnect with a younger generation and potentially save his career by crafting a hip ad campaign for a vodka brand. Directed by Tim Story, the movie leans heavily on Hart's comedic persona, but unfortunately it struggles to deliver the laughs one might expect from such a premise. The plot is a familiar one, echoing the antics of the Hangover series, but it lacks the originality and sharpness that made those films memorable. Instead, 72 Hours often feels like a collection of cliches, with scenes of excessive drinking, mistaken identities, and run-ins with dangerous criminals. Hart's portrayal of Joe is energetic, yet the character's selfishness and insecurity make him less likable. Joe's attempts to fit in with the younger crowd often fall flat, and his jokes, which are mostly recycled from Hart's previous work, fail to land. The film tries to explore Joe's midlife crisis, but the script doesn't give him enough depth to make his journey compelling. The supporting cast, including Marcello Hernández, Ben Marshall, Cam Patterson, and Mason Gooding, bring some much-needed humour to the film. Their characters, though somewhat stereotypical, manage to inject moments of genuine comedy into the otherwise predictable narrative. However, the film's attempts to force these characters into outlandish situations often feel contrived and detract from their natural comedic talents. Teyana Taylor, who plays Joe's girlfriend Jennifer, is underutilized in a role that seems to exist solely to highlight Joe's personal struggles. Her character's potential is wasted, leaving viewers wishing for more depth and development in her storyline. Despite its shortcomings, 72 Hours does have a few redeeming qualities. The Miami setting provides a vibrant backdrop, and the film's pacing is brisk enough to keep viewers engaged, even if the plot itself is lacking. There are moments of humour, particularly when the film leans into its absurdity, but these are too few and far between to elevate the overall experience. In the end, 72 Hours is a comedy that tries too hard to be funny and ends up feeling forced. While Kevin Hart's fans might find some enjoyment in his performance, the film ultimately falls short of its potential. It serves as a reminder that even with a talented cast, a comedy needs more than just a series of gags to truly resonate with audiences. That brings us to the end of my review of 72 Hours, and I'm giving it 2.5 stars out of 5. Thank you for listening. If you like this review, please like, subscribe, and I hope to see you next time.